Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's fourth and final video. We're going to have a look at the weather for 10 to 14 days for today's final video. Day 10 will take us 27th of May, and we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the extended GFS and ECM ensembles. They will try in a couple of weeks. We'll have a look at CFS V2 at the end of the video for June, and I shall get on that for you in a moment. Just say that first video today was our 6 AM UK weather forecast. We've also released a third update for the spring bank holiday, and also January Friday as well. Been a busy day of content. Please like, share and subscribe on all of today's business content, and thank you so much everybody for doing that for GavsWeatherVids. Thank you so much everyone. Right, well, we're going to start off with centering temperature. As always, the seating is now sitting at 14.3. That it is 3.1 degrees above 61 to 1990 average, provisional to yesterday to the 16th of May. So a very warm first half to May there, 3 degrees above 61 to 1990 average. And in fact, I think if we kept at that level, that would just about be the warmest May on record. But we're going to do CT Saturday, I think, tomorrow. So we'll confirm that for you tomorrow. There may be one back in the midst of time that went into the 15s. But, like, if we say at 14.3, I think that would be like the last century record anyway. But we'll do CT Saturday, actually, within tomorrow 10 to 14 there. And we'll try and confirm that. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. We're looking at London today. The red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for London. So going to be generally above average with the upper air temperatures for the next week or so. We find the upper air temperature coming down a little bit as we go through next week, cooling off slightly, and then the upper air temperatures lifting back up again as we go through the last days of May and just to the beginning of June. Overall, generally quite warm in the next week. Just a little bit of a cooler, in the next couple of weeks I should say, just a little bit of a cooler interlude is showing up here sometime around the 23rd to the 25th of May. And that takes into the bank holiday weekend. So it might see a little bit of a cool down into the bank holiday weekend. But overall looking quite warm for the next couple of weeks. Precipitation wise, so not completely settled, not as wet as we've had it earlier in the spring, obviously. But not completely getting rid of those precipitation spikes. We still keep showery intervals going really for the next couple of weeks. Not a washout by any means, but further showery bursts likely. Temperature anomalies on the 17th, 25th of May, a little bit below average, interestingly, for the far south of the country. Not a big deviation, though. Otherwise, most places coming out with above average temperature anomalies and precipitation anomalies from the 17th, 25th of May. Wetter than average in the north and average to a little bit drier than average further south. Latest wind flow map from earth.nullschool.net, refresher, showed that, again, we're bringing in the wind from the east today, as we have been throughout most of this May, actually. It has been a very easterly May, this, I think. But, of course, you expect that May is the most easterly of months. We've got low pressure down towards the Bay of Biscay as well today. Right, so let's start going through chart data then. This latest UK Met Euro run is looking at midnight on Monday. A ridge through the north. We have got a bit of a trough mode further south. On into the middle part next week. Watch out for this area of low just here around Germany and the Low Countries. Look what happens with that. Moves in from the east. Around the middle next week it could turn very wet, and then below pushes out into the Atlantic. High pressure takes over to the northeast, and it turns mostly dry and warm again. I can't again, but it's little trough in the south, bit of a ridge though further north on Monday. And then through the middle part of next week, well, we don't get the low coming in from the east, interestingly. We get this ridge building out to the west. That's the Azores high. And that eventually becomes quite a significant feature with icons. So as we go to the end of next week, as far as we get to, it's a big day next Friday, 24th of May. Quite a big area of high pressure taking over then. Though turning drier and warmer with the icon model by the time we get through to the end of next week and into the bank holiday weekend as well. That could well set up quite a warm, if not quite a hot bank holiday weekend with that. So quite interesting there from Icon. Very different, though, to the UK Met for the middle of next week, so have to keep that in mind. Let's see what GFS is doing. We can't show the KMA today. Been problems with it updating again. So we'll go on to the CFS midnight run again with this ridge to the north on Monday. And then we've got low pressure to our south and also to our west in the middle part of next week. This low coming in from the east, bringing some wet weather into eastern areas, so more in line with Icon there, with the UK Met, I should say, rather than Icon from the GFS midnight run. Into a bank holiday weekend, well, a little bit of a ridge tries to build into the south, but low pressure deepening in the Atlantic, so we end up by bank holiday Monday looking rather cool and showery, unfortunately. That's day 10, 27th of May, and beyond that we keep low pressure coming with further spells of rain at times, so that gets us to the 2nd of June as far as we get to, with again low pressure in the Atlantic. So by the time we get to the beginning of June, we're beginning to see a reversion back to westerlies. But GFS 6Z again has this little trough to the south, a ridge further north on Monday, and through the middle part of next week, well, this low comes in from the east, sits in the North Sea. That could bring wet weather to eastern regions. The ridge here is trying to fend it off, though. And as we get into the bank holiday weekend, so high pressure sets up away to the east with low pressure out to the west. That's quite warm, but could be a bit showery, certainly by the time we get through to day 10, which is bank holiday Monday, 27th of May. Beyond that, we have high pressure to our south, low pressure to the north. We end up with a quite nice ridge down to the south by the 2nd of June. That would bring quite warm weather to the south, but the north and west would be more unsettled there. Quite a bit of variation, isn't there, within the model output? I assume most of this is being caused by the blocking, at the moment, probably. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, subscribe. Make sure to everyone for dear Matt. Why not drop a comment and let us know what you think about this and all of our videos and content. And don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. Thank you so much, everyone, for dear Matt. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, GM. Again, we're back to ridge of high pressure to the north and west on Monday. Chopping the south into the middle of next week. Just generally quite showering with low pressure never far away. We've got low pressure moving in from the east through the second half of next week. So by the time we get through to midnight next Friday, quite a significant low actually sitting in the east. That will bring a lot of rain potentially in from the east with it as well. Into a bank holiday weekend and up to day 10, signs of a ridge begin to build up from the southwest. So sometime around bank holiday weekend, there are a few hints here that we might start to build up quite a nice ridge for the Azores high. If we do that, we'll set up a much warmer and drier pattern. And then the east gem looks like that with a ridge to the north and west. Low pressure is to our south and east. Into the middle of the week, we've got low pressure across the west of Europe. So that will bring unsettled weather with this low pressure coming in from Germany and the Low Countries into eastern counties, bring heavy rain in with it. By next weekend, though, high pressure, bank holiday weekend, high pressure takes over, building strongly there on Saturday, the 25th of May, and up to day 10, which is bank holiday Monday, high pressure then in control. So next week will be quite unsettled, but the bank holiday weekend, settling things down quite nicely, turning drier and warmer. This is a precipitation forecast based on the East Shed run from TibetShow.com. So more showers for the south over this weekend. Otherwise, relatively dry in the north. Through the early part of next week, it looks quite dry, but then the middle of next week starts to bring showers and longer spells of rain in from east and very wet weather heading onto eastern coastal areas through the second half of next week and across other parts of England and Wales as well. So a really wet spell through the second half of next week, and then into the bank holiday weekend, though, we start to dry things out quite nicely. So by the time we get through the bank holiday, we're mostly dry and probably quite warm with that. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10 from ecmwf.int. We haven't updated again because there's at the Icelandic Met Office. This gets us to the 27th of May. So 13 members of the ECM ensembles with a trough of low pressure across the UK and Ireland, rather showering and unsettled there at day 10. We've got 11 with high pressure from the Atlantic into northern and west Europe. That should be mostly dry, probably quite warm. And then we've got 9 with high pressure to the north, low pressure to the south. That will bring more unsettled conditions into the southern half of the country. We have got 7 with high pressure over and to the west, so that will bring mainly dry conditions with it. And then we've got another 7 with high pressure again over to the east of the country. And then finally, we have got 4 with low pressure across the north and the west of Europe. That would be much cooler and much more showery as well. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. Gets us to the 1st of June. 20 members of the ECM ensemble still with high pressure across the north and west of Europe. Should be mostly dry with that, quite warm. And they've got 18 with low pressure to the east, high pressure to the west. That's going to be cooler and showery with winds from the north and from the northwest. And then we've got 13 with low pressure in the Atlantic and across the west of Europe. That will be rather cool and showery as well. So it looks as though by the time we get through to 2 weeks out, beginning of June, we might be in something more unsettled then and cooler. But certainly, you know, the bank holiday weekend anyway, not looking too bad. CFS V2 finally for June, 700 millibar height and on. Remember, these change daily. So today's idea is for a ridge to be in the Atlantic, some sort of trough to our south, the winds coming in from more of a north or northeasterly direction. The temperature anomaly for June is no better than average, really slightly above, but not a particularly warm month given where that ridge is residing to our west, and no signal for precipitation in June either. We'll see. May change daily, so I suspect there'll be many more twists and turns for June before we get to like the start of the month. Anyway, we're done. If you've enjoyed the video, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much to everyone for doing that. Why not drop a comment? Let us know what you think about this and all of our videos and content. And don't forget to tell friends about GavsWeatherVids. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. We need to put on around 25 subscribers, that's all, to get ourselves to 18.2k. So if you could give us a sub, it will be incredible. It will be amazing. And we will thank you so much for doing that. I'll just tell you what's happening on my channel tomorrow at no weekend. So tomorrow, Saturday, we've got 6 AM UK weather forecast, EC 42 dayer, weekend forecast, and a 10 to 14 dayer, which, as I say, I think we're going to try and include CT Saturday in that. Been a while since we've done one of those. And then on Sunday, 6 AM UK weather forecast, we've got our final summer update. And we'll be live at 6 PM on Sunday with our 10 to 14 day live stream that will include some long range because it's a Sunday live stream. Talking of live streams, I'm going to be live for channel members at 7 PM. So if you're a channel member, check into your delayed, very delayed actually, May channel member live stream, and I shall see you at 7 PM for that. But for this one, that's all for now, and back to watching.